Well, here you have it. Harvard scientists say Trump hated motivated experts who denied Wuhan lab leak theory. I'm grade 7, and here's a story that it's how the left manipulates science into hurting all of us, really. A scientist goes, at the time it was scarier to be associated with Trump and to become a tool for racists, so people didn't want to publicly call for an investigation into the lab origins. In other words, they were so fearful of being called a racist and being something positive for Trump that they actually hid real science. Now, a Canadian scientist in Harvard, postdoctoral associate, said she and fellow colleagues feared vocalizing support for the Wuhan lab leak hypothesis, out of fear it could be viewed as akin to holding potentially inflammatory views espoused by a former President Trump. They were silenced, is what this was. They were silenced because of the absolute terror that the left does. Alina Chan is one of 18 experts who signed a letter in May calling for a thorough investigation into the origins of the coronavirus. But prior to the letter, Chan told CNN experts were cautious to lean too close to the former president. Yeah, you can't give them good news because the left has perpetrated this myth that Trump is racist, and they cannot let go of it. The lab theory leak, which hypothesized that the novel coronavirus accidentally leaked from the Wuhan Institution of Virology, has gained traction in recent weeks. Circumstantial evidence, including a Wall Street Journal report that 3 researchers at the Wuhan lab fell ill in November 2019, challenged the conventional theory that the virus jumped species naturally. This has led President Biden and other world leaders to call for further investigations. Chan cautioned, however, that despite emerging calls for fresh investigations, there is not a singular piece of evidence that definitely proves the lab leak theory. Yeah, I'm not saying it leaked from a lab. I think Trump was like, no, we need to investigate it, and all types of conservatives, we need to investigate it. But just even having that thought feared scientists so much. That's the hold that the left has of fear. No, they're the ones capitalizing on fear mongering. Now she goes on. I know a lot of people want to have a smoking gun, but it's more like breadcrumbs, and they're not always leading in one direction. It's like the whole floor is covered in breadcrumbs. And this investigation should have been done a year ago. Sorry, but the Harvard and MIT credential expert believes that last month's letter opened the door for fellow scientists to step away from fears of guilt by association. This is the biggest thing. Fear by guilt by association. What complete and utter nonsense and bullshit if you're a scientist. No. You're trying to find the truth. Don't tell me you're trying to find the truth if you're afraid of fear by association. You're not. You're allowing other people to affect things. I think it had a big effect. I think literally it helped the people who wanted to investigate by saying, this is not bogus. Top scientists think this is plausible. And it shouldn't have even had to have come to this. This is something that should have been investigated, but the media, in their blatant hate for a person, put their hatred over your safety. That's the left. They don't like you. They want you to think the way they want you to, and if you don't think that way, then you're not for them. What do you think? Left intimidating science at your expense? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next video.